Unlawful mining costs the country $7 billion, not naira, every single year. Mining all types of resources. Nigeria has all types of minerals. Social studies, I will never forget. You draw a map of Nigeria, you fill it out with all the different types of mines, all the different type of resources, and you was gonna fail the exam because we just have that many in each and every single state. It's extensive. There's been amazing growth in the mining sector, but it is also very unregulated. We have seen significant growth in gold, tin, copper, coal, so many resources. Now we're talking about money, but what happens when the lack of regulation costs lives? Earlier this year, if you guys remember, there was an explosion in Ibadan and it killed multiple people, destroyed multiple homes. The site after the explosion went off, it looked like a war zone. I did a story about this on The Scoop earlier in the year, and I've also talked about this specific fact that there's a lot of illegal mining going on. I have an update for you guys. Recently, Falashade Ogumide, an investigative journalist, did an incredible job uncovering and updating us on what exactly happened in that Ibadan explosion. Yes, the explosion happened because there was illegal explosives stored in a residential home. So imagine in your house, your neighbor, who you think is a normal person, Abajo, they're not. They're using the house to store explosives, hundreds and hundreds of explosives. The person who was renting that house or owned, leased, whatever the house, is a minor, and that person was selling these explosives without a permit. So they were illegally selling the explosives and using the house to store the explosive. Interestingly enough, this person is nowhere to be found. It's only the person's wife and a few of his other accomplices are currently on trial and are facing due justice. Many of these illegal mines, they're concentrated in southwest and northwest of Nigeria. Now, we know that, of course, these mines, they're going to be in remote regions where the villagers, they don't really have that much choices for employment. They're easy to employ. It's really important to note that mining requires knowledge, strategy, and connections. So when I say an illegal mine, I don't mean, a group of villagers just come together and say, hey, let's dig and look for resources. No, baby, it can't work. It's not like that. Even though it's illegal, it is organized crime. It requires collaboration, inside knowledge of various agencies to operate. After all, they're using explosives. Are we going to believe that when there's a loud explosion in some part of a community, the police in that area, the community leaders, nobody is going to say, what's that explosion that is going on there? No. It takes collaborative effort for an illegal mine. No, people are aware. Unregulated mining is not only harmful to communities, but the problem is, guys, the way they're doing this mining, because there's lack of regulation, they're damaging the land, they're causing erosion and pollution. Additionally, many of these mines, when they're digging and looking for the minerals, they contaminate water channels and their toxins are leaking into surrounding lands. Again, this is a major issue for Nigeria, not only for Nigeria, for Africa. The impunity when it comes to illegal mines is out of order. We all know about blood diamonds. We all know what happened in Sierra Leone. Unfortunately, a lot of attention was brought to that. But you guys have to realize that in Nigeria, it might seem like it's a small scale, but it's not. The amount of illegal mining activity that is happening in this country is something that we need to pay attention to. It continues to damage our communities, it damages our economy, and it is costing lives. Fortunately for the Ibadan explosion, the Oyo State government is doing a good job of making sure that the people who were housing those explosives are brought to book. The only person that they've not been able to bring to book is the actual head honcho, because he's not in the country. He doesn't live in Nigeria. So there's nothing that can be done. But again, I go back to my point. It's not easy to get explosives. So how did they get access to those explosives when they don't even have a permit? These are the questions we need to be asking. All right, guys, make sure that you subscribe, follow my channel, comment down below, and let me know what you think needs to be done. I'll see you guys on the next scoop.